right, hey y'all, Mr. Kyle Myers Mathematics, and let's just jump back into it. This is Kuta Software Infinite Algebra 1 Visualizing Data. We're on number 7, drawing a histogram for each data set or data set, depending on how you prefer to say it, I guess. So a histogram is kind of like a bar chart. And if you don't know what a bar chart is, then it's, kind of like a histogram. We'll look at what it looks like. But you need to create categories for the numbers. So we need to come up with these ranges of numbers, and it doesn't matter that much what the ranges are. But if we're going all the way from 40 to 120, that's a lot. So probably the easiest thing to do is to go by, like, I don't know, either 10 or 20. So if we go by tens, I think that'll kind of work out pretty well though, because that'll give us enough space to try to draw all of this out. So if I go all the way across like this, and we'll start off with 40, and then try to space it out evenly here. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30. Oh, already too far. Actually, I think that is going to be, because when you start these ranges, if you're gonna include 40, then you would have to say, okay, everything going from 40 to 50, but you can't include 50 twice, right? So this range that goes from 40 to 50 over here, it's actually going to include 40, but not 50. So this range right here would include 40, but not 50. So we actually do need to go this far. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, and then 130. We have to go that far because that last little range there, you would include the 120, but not include the 130 if you're leading all the way up to 120. So, I mean, you could change it, but then your groupings would be different sizes. And some teachers can be picky about that. If they don't care about it too much, then I wouldn't worry about it, I guess. But kind of do a little break right here. You don't really need to do the break, but in a typical graph, you would start from 0, right? So let's see how far we actually need to go. Let's go ahead and look at our categories. And I don't need all of this space over here, so I'm going to use this space to look at how many numbers are between 40 and 50. So including 40, but not including 50. So let's look at that. So 40, but not including 50, that's 3 of them. And it looks like they're all in order, so that's pretty nice. So 3 in the first category. I don't know why I used blue for that when I earlier used yellow, but it is what it is. So the next category would be including 50, but not including 60, right? So including 50, but not including 60. So that's actually only one thing in the next category. Then after that, it would be including 60, but not including 70. Quite a few that time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then including 70, but not including 80. There's actually nothing in that category. Including 80, but not including 90. Only 1. Starting at 90, including, going all the way to 100, but not including. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now going and starting at 100, going to 110, not including 110. 1. Starting at 110, including it, not including 120, nothing. And then in that final category from 120 to 130, we would be including these guys. Just barely, but if we're going to be consistent, then that's how it would work. Okay, so we go ahead and graph these. Now it looks like we need to go up to 4, so now I know how to space it out. I didn't really put the spacings on these yet, because I wasn't really sure what to do for how many categories there might be in any one particular one. But now I know I can space it out about like that. If I had a category that had a bunch of them, then I might be like, oh, well, then I need to maybe put my little tick marks closer together because I need to fit more in there. But there wasn't any one category that was that many. 4 was the highest. So the first category is 3, so we go up to 3. Doop, 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 doop. This is the fun part. Just get a little shading action in here. And then 1, and then all the way up to 4. That's our highest one. Then down to 0, then 1. And I realize these are not all perfectly spaced because I'm just kind of going by hand. I'm not using actual graph paper, so you can let me know how terrible it is, I guess, in the comments. But I am not a professional artiste. Sorry, not sorry. I do enjoy drawing, though. I think drawing is fun. 0, and then 2 in the next space. The only category, actually, that has 2. Huh. The more you know. All right, and so that's the answer. Actually, you can shade in the bars if you want to. They typically have them shaded in. If you look at answers or you look at examples of histograms, they have them shaded in. But they also can use Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel in order to draw these sorts of graphs. And there's other platforms that can make these as well. So, anyways, that is how you work out this problem. That's the end of this particular video, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you like it, then, do all the things. But also I have extra resources on YouTube as well as on my website, myersmathematics.com. You can see that in the description below, like my 5 math mistakes everyone makes and how to avoid them. Go check that out. It's a little freebie thing that I have on my website. Go check it out, myersmathematics.com, and I'll see you in the next episode. Blessings, y'all.